Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today I am talking about something new. This is The Ordinary's newest innovation, the Multi-Antioxidant Radiance Serum. They are launching all of these new products right, left, and center. Last year alone, they launched several products. This year, they've already launched 3 products, this being the 3rd. At one point, for several years in a row, they didn't even launch anything. So are they making up for lost time? I don't know, but I am not mad about it. It's always fun to see what the next best thing is, what these new innovations contain in terms of ingredients and formulations. And this is something that I wanted to touch on briefly today. I haven't been using this for too long. I've only used this a handful of times, and I want to talk about my experience so far. And then I'm going to come back in a couple of months' time with my final thoughts, because if you've been with me for a while, you know that I like to test products for several weeks to a couple of months before I say whether I love it or hate it, and obviously to give more of an in-depth review. I always do that here, so if that is something that you look for in a channel, then you are in the right place. But let's talk about the texture, the consistency, the ingredients, how I've been using it so far, and if I feel like this is a good formulation for you to try. Let's talk about the product and get into all of that. I will have this linked below for you for your reference, including discount codes from other brands and related videos. I would also really appreciate it if you could kindly give this video a thumbs up, and if you could also subscribe and ring that notification bell. Now, can I just say, what is happening with the NIOD brand? Honestly, what is happening? Because I haven't seen one new launch from this brand in several years. I couldn't even tell you the last time they released a new product, and I couldn't even tell you what that product is. It has been ages since they have really focused their attention on the NIOD brand. I don't know what's happening. Are they going to keep the brand? They haven't been investing anything new into NIOD, and it's a little concerning because I love the NIOD brand. You guys know that. There's several products that I always talk about here on my channel, and they're just spending most of their time and money on the Ordinary brand, which is fine. I love the Ordinary. It is more affordable, but the NIOD brand is more advanced in terms of ingredients, and I really love how these products have worked on my skin, and it would be really nice to see new innovations coming from NIOD. So let's hope that they are working on something, because honestly, like I said, I'm concerned that we haven't seen something in several years. But in the meantime, let's talk about the Ordinary Multi-Antioxidant Radiance Serum. Now, when this launched, before I even looked at the ingredient list, I thought, oh my gosh, is this going to be a formulation that is going to contain ascorbic acid, the purest form of vitamin C? At one point, the Ordinary only had one vitamin C serum that contained ascorbic acid, and that was the ascorbic acid 8% plus alpha-arbutin 2%. That serum no longer exists. It has now been discontinued, and actually that was one of my all-time favorite vitamin C serums out of the entire vitamin C category. They have a lot to choose from in terms of vitamin C's, but that was one of my favorites because I loved that pure form of vitamin C, and I liked the pairing with alpha-arbutin because this ingredient helps to brighten the skin, and so does ascorbic acid. So I always found this pairing was one of my go-tos when I needed that brightness with my skin, and it truly was one of the best vitamin C serums, actually the best vitamin C serum from the Ordinary. But now that product is no longer here, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be the replacement serum of that with that ascorbic acid, and I was completely wrong. But that's okay. Instead, this contains a vitamin C derivative, and vitamin C derivatives are just as good. They're more gentle, so if you have sensitive skin, this will be one of your go-to vitamin C's to use because it is more gentle and it has a longer shelf life as well. You actually don't have to use them up as quickly. They don't oxidize the same as ascorbic acid. So this has ascorbyl glucoside along with 7 other types of antioxidant technologies. So there's a total of 8 antioxidant technologies in here, so multi-antioxidant. And I like when a brand does include several ingredients to help with one of two things, either brightening the skin or treating signs of aging. Now, The Ordinary used to always come out with innovations that were just single ingredient with a specific percentage, right? Niacinamide 10%, alpha arbutin 2%. There was always these percentages, and you always knew what the percentages were also, which was very helpful, especially if you have sensitive skin. This does not state what type of percentages are in here in terms of all of these 8 types of antioxidant technologies. Now, the ascorbyl glucoside is pretty high up in the ingredient list, so that's always a good thing. When you're looking at an ingredient list, the first part of the ingredient list, like the top 6, is what makes up the product, and then you have the middle of the ingredient list, which is, you know, there's still a good amount in there, but not as much as the top 6 ingredients, and then anything at the bottom, there isn't much in it in terms of percentage. So this serum is designed to brighten the skin, help with signs of aging, boost radiance with the skin. So if you have a dull complexion, maybe you're dealing with post-acne marks, a little bit of discoloration, and you're looking to fade these areas, then possibly this might be a serum that will help to fade and brighten your skin. Also, it's going to improve texture and help to smooth out and soften your skin. And I will say this is a very hydrating serum as well. So this retails at $21.20 Canadian for 30 mils. This does have a 12-month shelf life once you've opened up the product. 6 drops, even 5 drops would be enough to cover your entire face as well as your neck. That is the amount that I have been using. If you want to be more generous than that, then feel free to add more. You can use this every day, twice a day. It's a very gentle serum and it is so hydrating. And when I say hydrating, this really is, because it has a little bit of an oily feel to it. This is not oil-free and it's not water-free. This is a water-based serum. It does spread nicely across the skin. It's very thin and lightweight, and your skin absorbs it nice. There's no stickiness, there's no tackiness, it's not greasy or shiny on the skin, but it has a little bit of an oil feel to it, and that is helping with that extra hydration. So no matter what skin type you have, this is great for all. I have combination skin. Now that the warmer months are approaching and it's only going to get warmer, I do become a little bit more oily. So I will see how this works come then, but I can see this being fine because of how lightweight it is, and it doesn't leave your skin greasy or sticky. And I don't mind some serums that are a little bit tacky on the skin, but sometimes I don't love that, especially now that we're coming into the warmer months. This is not that. This is not that at all. Now, this almost reminds me, like the texture almost reminds me of The Ordinary resveratrol 3% plus ferulic acid 3%. You know how that serum, if you've tried it, it has a little bit of an oily feel. This is kind of similar, but a little bit more lightweight than the resveratrol. This also has a yellow hue to it. This does not mean it's oxidized, okay? When this is an ascorbic acid serum and it's been left open for a long period of time, it will look like this and it will get darker. Doesn't mean that it's oxidized. This is just the color of the serum, just so you know. It is fragrance free, and again, you can use this every day, twice a day. Now, the great thing with this serum is that you can pair this up basically with anything and everything. The only product that The Ordinary says not to pair this up with is, of course, copper peptides. I feel like copper peptides is one of those ingredients that can conflict with a lot of things. Some people may decide to use copper peptides with vitamin C, with retinol, with tretinoin. That's okay. I mean, you do you. But according to The Ordinary, they don't recommend using this serum with copper peptides. But you can use this with tretinoin, with retinol, with regular peptides, hyaluronic acid, niacinamide, vitamin C, ascorbic acid, or another type of vitamin C derivative. You can use this with alpha hydroxy acids like glycolic, lactic acid, salicylic acid. Use it with anything, just maybe stay away from copper peptides just to keep its efficacy. So to achieve maximum results, just use this with other things other than copper peptides. Now, will this replace vitamin C? I would say it could for some people, especially if number one, you want to limit down on your skincare routine and you want to keep it simple. You don't want too many products in your routine. This has that vitamin C derivative in here. So this could replace your vitamin C serum, or you can use this with your favorite vitamin C. It just depends on what you want to do. But honestly, this product is fabulous in the morning, paired up with vitamin C to help shield and protect our skin from pollution, right? Antioxidants help to protect our skin from everyday stressors. So I always like to use this in the morning with vitamin C, or just this on its own you could do. And again, you can use this at nighttime with tretinoin and with your other actives if that's something that you generally like to incorporate. So I like this because you can pair this up with pretty much anything. It's very universal, it's gentle, it's hydrating, and I think with long-term use, this can be very beneficial in terms of brightening the skin. I haven't seen that yet because again, I've only used this a handful of times, but the one thing that I have seen is hydration. This has really kept my skin nice and comfortable, well hydrated, and it also gives this nice softer feel to the skin, but that is basically the only thing I've noticed, and I'm not surprised because I haven't been using it long enough. So I will come back in a couple of months' time once I'm pretty much finished with this, or when I'm done, and I will give you another update whether or not I loved it. Did I see a difference in terms of brightness? And we can go from there. But if you are struggling with that dull complexion, or you have post-acne marks, a little bit of dark spots, then this might be something to incorporate to help brighten up everything and to get that antioxidant support where it helps to protect our skin from everyday pollution. And now that we're going to be outside a lot more because of the warmer months, antioxidants are essential to have in our skincare routines. And I almost forgot, for the handful of times that I have used this, I haven't experienced pilling yet. And I don't think that I will. Again, I will update you in a couple of months' time if anything changes. But because this is so lightweight and it absorbs so nicely into the skin, I don't think we will ever have an issue with pilling, at least from the handful of times that I have used this. And I have used this with beef tallow. I have used this with a couple of different types of sunscreens, and then just one regular moisturizer. And I haven't experienced any type of pilling whatsoever. And my makeup and sunscreen sit really nicely on top of this as well. So I just thought I would mention that in case you were wondering. But let me know if you've tried this. What are your thoughts? And if you have any questions at all, please ask away in that comment section. This is not sponsored. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but this is not sponsored at all. And I will have this linked below for you. And also, if you want to learn more about the Ordinary Growth Factor Serum, I did upload my 2-month update using that serum. So I will have that video below for you. And I've also curated a morning and a nighttime anti-aging skincare routine using products only from The Ordinary. And I've added the Ordinary Growth Factor Serum in both the morning and nighttime routine. So if you would like to see what products from The Ordinary you can pair up with the Growth Factor Serum in terms of targeting signs of aging, then I will leave those 2 videos below for you as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And of course, I will see you all in the next video. Take care, and I will see you all then. Bye, guys.